Are you there? We're still in lockdown. Sweet and sour. Still got the hand sanitizer. That'll go on forever now. That'll be part of our culture. That will not be able to be dispensed with forevermore. Because once you're tainted with this culture, this environment, you'll never be able to play it down. Why am I telling you that? Because most of our letters tonight relate to COVID-19, coming out of it, what's happening at home, who's put on weight. Tonight we've got Jeremy, we've got Mandy, we've got Susie, and we've got Lewis, who we all love. So sit back, grab a coffee, plant your backside on the couch, because again, in lockdown, baby, it's time for sweet and sour. Thanks for joining us. Hope you have fun.
Got a problem, big or small, would a miracle be nice? Our motley crew is back, churning out advice. You might even laugh a bit in the following half hour. Park your backside on the couch, cause baby, it's time for sweet and sour. Right here on Sweet and Sour.
Pour some sugar on there, baby.
It's time for Sweet and Sour.
How's about some chili?
It's time for Sweet and Sour.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sweet and Sour, another episode in lockdown. Roll call tonight. Mandy. Did you say anything?
Yeah, I did. I said hi, everyone.
I didn't hear a word. Susie.
Hello.
Okay. Louis.
Hello.
Jeremy or Bill or Jimmy.
Good. It's Jeremy. It's Jeremy.
Jeremy
Or Seppo.
Jeremy has a million incarnations for his stage acts and all that sort of thing. So tonight it's Jeremy. We get the real deal tonight.
The real deal.
How is everybody in lockdown? Lewis, I know how you are. You're always the same. Very well. Jimmy?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Dandy. I haven't really had lockdown.
Yeah, no. Same.
My life has been virtually the same because we have a home office and we're chiropractors. So if we want to keep working, as long as we're not getting sick and we're cleaning all our tables and everything, then
You're okay?
we're fine.
To it, Susie.
Well, that's not really social distancing, is it, Gaz? You know.
No, it's not.
Chiropractic. There's a lot of that going on. I've got a place next door to me that wasn't allowed to do any of that.
It's funny. Some people come in and they didn't want to shake your hand, but then they're like, yeah, sure, you can touch my neck and work on me. I'm like, okay, fine.
Grab my glutes, but don't touch my hand. I get it.
Exactly.
How's the architecture business going?
Well, I'm very lucky. We're an essential service in construction, and so I've been working and going to work, and we've sort of had less staff, and we sort of rotate and people on part-time. So I've been working a lot, actually.
Good for you.
Luckily very busy. So, I mean, then that's sort of shocking. I mean, the industry as a whole is in a recession, and I'd say that really it's going to hit construction probably March next year, which is when the real problems will arise. It's not now.
Mandy and I are in retail. Mandy, how are you doing over there?
No problem. I'm having a much needed break, which has been really good, and getting a lot of online orders. Heaps of online orders. It's amazing.
So you do know how to do it. You do it very well.
Door-to-door delivery. It's lovely.
You are very good. Whilst I go and get the letters, which should be here, but I don't know where they are. Travis? Oh, no, they're there.
He didn't ask me anything, girls. He doesn't care about me. He doesn't care whether I can eat or
You had
survive.
your drink. You're happy. You're fine. How are you doing, Lewis? Are you still in pharmaceuticals?
Well, occasionally. I lost a lot of gigs, like MC gigs, BHP gigs, lots of gigs. But
oh, well done.
I've been mugging people at night, so you know it's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. They all work for BHP. They can afford it.
Excellent.
Well done. Here we go, folks. You know, this is actually not all the episodes that we've done via Zoom. This is the first one where everyone's actually located in Perth.
Oh, really?
So
excellent.
The homegrown
Well, do you have guests? Do you have guests outside of Perth?
We just know that. You've sat on panels with people who've flown in.
No, I haven't.
Oh, a megabyte for one. Ms. Megabyte?
Oh shit! Oh yeah, but that was different.
Barry Crocker?
I've never been with Barry Crocker.
Normie Rowe? Sam
No,
Newman?
I don't know.
All right, okay, never
Oh.
mind.
Lucky
We're
I
lucky.
wasn't with him.
Well,
Yeah.
Sam Newman.
Yeah, lucky.
This was a while ago.
Actually, can you tee that up? That'd be good.
You can have all these women with Sam Newman.
I don't think he's allowed to travel.
Sam Newman, really? Do you guys find Sam Newman attractive?
Not at all.
That was
well,
we were
you
saying we
discovered
were
it.
being the opposite.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't tell. I just can't tell. Without being close to you, I just don't.
We need him alive.
Oh, there we go. This one comes to us all the way from Brunswick in Victoria. And Jerry writes, hello, Mitch and Sweet and Sour. My kids don't do government unless it suits them. They haven't enrolled to vote despite their mother and me reminding them once a month. They haven't downloaded the COVIDSAFE app despite their mother and me reminding them once a day. And after I returned home from work, one day last week to find more than a dozen of their mates there playing either on the pool table or on the electronic games, I realised that they take no notice of any of the daily government warnings, health warnings and recommendations. They are in the age group responsible for 40% of transmissions of the COVID-19, more than any other age bracket. Could you please explain to me why they feel untouchable and what I can do to get them to wake up and practice safer, more responsible social understanding? Jerry of Brunswick. All right. Is it Bill? Is it Jeremy? Is it who are we talking to tonight? Come in.
Jeremy.
Jeremy.
I only had the name Bill because there's so many comedians that are backstabbers. I didn't want anybody to know I was doing anything. Otherwise, they come and try to sabotage it. But now that I'm big enough, it doesn't matter anymore. So my thoughts are this. I think that trusting the government to do anything is probably ridiculous. So I can understand where the kids are coming from because they can't, the government in any country can't even submit a balanced budget, and we're going to trust these people to run our lives. So I can understand where they're coming from. Secondly, as far as trying to
what you're saying is they're the greatest group of cynical people that we have in our electorate in our country.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just saying I can see where they wouldn't trust the government because I don't trust the government. But trying to rope in like teenagers to get them to think straight isn't going to happen, unfortunately, because it only happens when they experience bad things and then they'll learn from it. And currently, if they're not being affected, they're not going to really care. And it's hard for me to even speak on this because we're in WA where we're in a complete bubble. So to me, I don't even think it's been a non-event the whole time.
Mandy, what's your deal on this one?
Well, I have 4 children, all 18 up to 25, 24, and we have a 19-year-old, my stepdaughter as well, and we have a couple of girlfriends here. And so we've had everyone, which has been fantastic, and they have been really, really engaged with it. I mean, they are really, they've been practicing social distancing. It's been great for me because it's probably the last time I'm going to have all of them at home together. It's been really a lovely family time. They've been getting a bit shitty with me because I've been going saying, well, social distancing, I have to go onto building sites. And while we're doing social distancing, it's like, well, you're going out. And as soon as the first stage, the first tranche of the new tranche of changes happened, they're all out, like going and seeing friends, but still doing things in really small groups. They've been really, really good at practicing what we're being told, and they're really respecting that. But when it comes to voting and downloading the app, nah. Not really doing it yet. Haven't enrolled, haven't really thought about it. And downloading the app, I think that downloading the app is quite contentious for older people as well. I mean, in my office, we've had a bit of a straw poll, and I'm the only one that's downloaded. Everyone else is going, no way, I'm not going to do it. So, but I would say,
but they're all on Zoom, Facebook, Google, and they're all.
That's my argument. That's my argument. But I have to say, I've been pleasantly surprised, and I would suggest to Jerry that his kid's being a bit of a dickhead and maybe he needs to, you know, pull him into line or
Not going to motivate someone, is it? Not going to motivate someone to say, you're a dickhead, mate.
No, but if you're Victorian, I mean, you see what's happening. I mean, we're really lucky here in Western
Did you
Australia.
see
I
those
mean,
protests the other day on the doorstep of Parliament House? Did you see the people?
But I spoke to a supplier today in Victoria, and he told me that if you look at the faces, every time there's one of those sort of crazy protests, they're always the same people. He said you pretty much can pick them out now. They're the same.
Mandy.
Yes, my kids are 22. Oh no, I don't think so. 23 to 28, and they have all been. Yeah, they're all three of them. They've been really bossy with the whole "Mum, stay home. We're not coming near you. You can't come near us." That's all. Yeah, all that stuff. So they've been really, really on it. And as far as the COVID app goes, they downloaded. I think is this Jerry Lewis that we've got parenting, because he's obviously not instilling much good in them, so he needs to get onto that. I mean, you know, government either here nor there, whatever, whether you trust them, whether you don't, but you know, where's the talks about it all in the household? I think it comes from there. But and where is the rules in the household? Like, he comes home and there's a whole group of kids there. Hello, rules, anyone? Your house, you moron, get onto it.
Yeah, I agree.
Before we go to Travis for some your say on this question, Louis, baby, come on in, sir.
Well, hello. I thought you were ignoring me again.
We were.
I don't really have
drink,
anything.
so we were ignoring you.
I don't have anything new to add. Yeah, Jerry's got to grow some nutties and tell the kids, like, get them out of my house, man. You know what I mean? Especially in Victoria. Over here, I suppose.
Yeah.
We found out it's not that bad. But my little fella's what, 17, and he reckons he's not going to get it, and if I get it, it's not really going to affect me. Do you know what I mean? But I've had a ban, like a cone of silence over the house for his mates. Like, you can have a mate over, but he can't come inside.
Oh, okay. Well,
You know what I mean?
That's what
he
it
can
takes.
come over, but he can't come inside. I suppose it's a bit more relaxed now. You know? Yeah. So we didn't have. He had a birthday in April, and no one was allowed to rock up. Poor bastard.
So what did you do though? What did you mean he had a birthday? You just celebrated you and him?
His 17th birthday was me, him, and his sister. That was it.
Oh, he'll remember.
I know, poor bastard.
He'll remember.
But he got extra money, so he was happy about that.
Okay.
And he was fortnighting, so he's in touch with his mates.
Oh,
anyway,
No,
so,
Fortnite, they're already in touch.
He won't be
Oh,
smiling
Fortnite.
about it for a
Don't
few
get
years.
me started on Fortnite.
Oh,
Travis,
everyone.
where are you, sir?
Who here has downloaded the app?
You what?
Who here has downloaded the COVID app?
Oh, well, they're lovely people, not me.
Travis,
no way. I don't want
Did you
anybody
download
knowing
did you
where I'm
download
going.
it?
I did.
No.
Okay, so what have we got? We've got 4 out of 6.
No,
4 out of 6.
No.
Hmm?
I didn't either.
Yeah, you and Lewis have
So me and Lewis
No.
haven't.
4 out of 6.
No. That's 5.
Oh, 4 out of 6. Yeah, I forgot about Travis.
Travis, yes.
Sorry, Travis.
Well, that's all right. That's 80%, isn't it?
Yeah, thereabouts.
Roughly.
Thereabouts. All right. The age
Ish,
group
70.
spreading the largest proportion of this bug, 40%, is the 19 to 29 age group. What did we ask, Travis?
We asked. They are the age group spreading the largest proportion of COVID-19, around 40%. Do you believe that similarly, the 19 to 29-year-olds will also largely ignore downloading the COVIDSAFE app?
I
And
would ignore. Okay.
ignore, yeah.
And
And
stats.
69%.
Wait. Before you reveal, who reckons they know what the stats might be on that one? We've asked people, do you reckon the kids would ignore the COVID-19?
No.
I reckon.
I don't think they will.
No.
Mine will do it eventually.
All right, what do you
I
reckon?
don't
What do you reckon the stats are on the your
70%. 70%
Yeah.
say no.
70% say yes.
70% say yes.
Yes, 70% yes.
Travis, drum roll, please.
Mandy, you're the closest. 69% said yes, and 31% said no.
Beautiful.
Ooh.
Go kids. Woo!
Hang on.
I reckon, I have to say, if you look around Corona Quarter, near where I live, we call it Claremont Quarter, Corona Quarter, It's the adults, it's the older people, the older generation that aren't actually complying. It's the younger ones that are really doing the right thing.
You've read that all wrong. Lewis was the closest. 69%.
Yeah.
69% said yes, the kids will largely ignore it.
That's bullshit.
I said they would, you know. Don't forget I told you so.
You win, sir. Get us all a drink now, will you?
Oh, God.
Now, if
Alright,
you're watching at home,
Disappointing.
now, if the people watching at home would like to send us in a letter, please do so. Even though we're in lockdown and we're doing this on Zoom for the time being, please send it to one of these social media contact points that Travis will upload at a later point. So now all of our faces are covered with a slide, right, Travis?
Correct.
Correct. There we go. And we will see you shortly again, sir. Thank you. We'll go back to the letters. All right, mate. And we're going straight on to letter number 2 that comes to us from Tony of, has anybody heard of the Shire in New South Wales?
No.
I thought that's where old bloody Scotty from marketing was. Don't they always say he's from the Shire?
Oh,
He's from the Shire.
Yeah.
So he's from the Shire.
I thought that's where hobbits lived.
Yes, I thought Shrek,
That's
actually.
how we do it in the Shire.
Scotty from marketing says, I'm Scotty from the Shire.
okay.
He does.
Okay.
Well,
That's
I
where
don't
he's
know
from.
I don't know anything about the Shire, but Scotty from marketing. Hello to you, sir.
And
I'm
do you
sure
know
you've got
that
time to
he's-
watch.
His
Like Jenny from
electorate, the
His electorate.
Shire is in the electorate of Cook.
How do you know all of that?
And Captain Cook.
How do you know all of that?
Just Googled it,
Very
probably.
clever.
Random bullshit.
250 years since his arrival in Botany Bay, too.
Yeah.
Oh,
What a
panelists. It's 6 weeks since we've been in our version of isolation, and I'm going completely spare here on top of everything else. We're both working from home, and we're keeping our 2 high school age children home through all this as well. We're ordering in, including the grocery shopping, but the wife and the kids are ordering junk food at the rate of knots. I can't help indulging in my share of the chocolates and lollies too, and we're all becoming a little slower, larger, and, well, less hygienic too. Is everyone else the same? No. I'm embarrassed to ask anyone else what to do about it, but the horrible odours coming from the wife and the kids are sending me into the furthest rooms of the house on my own. It's awful. What are you people doing to stay sane, healthy, and how do you stop the avalanche of other pandemic of what? The avalanche of that other pandemic stinky symptom, corona gas. Writes Tony from the Shire. Now we know what sort of electorate Cook is. When Tony of New South Wales, the Shire, writes us one of those letters. All right, Lewis.
Yes.
Super Mario. As well.
I wasn't listening. Let's see. Corona gas. More than a dozen. No, that's letter 1. Number 2. Seems embarrassed asking about the horrible odors. Odors.
I thought Tony was in the
Your
shower.
favourite topic.
Doesn't he? Are we talking about the shower one? We are, aren't we? Sorry, I got distracted by Mario.
The pizza delivery guy.
Yes. Doesn't he have a shower in his house? You know what I mean? Hygiene. You'd think, right, with Corona, everyone's staying at home, that your house would be neat as, and everyone would be clean as. Don't you reckon? If you're at home, got extra time to clean, you don't have to spend half an hour to go and work, half an hour to come back. Your house should be minted, mate.
It's suffering
You know what I mean?
from a whole lot of other things here too. I mean, they're all slowing down and they're just eating and they're not exercising and they're not going outside. I think that's the biggest problem.
Gary, it seems to me, right? It seems to me that most of the people that write these letters don't know. They're not normal people, are they? They're not like us. They're not like you.
Well, ask yourself the question.
They're not like me or you.
Ask yourself the question, Lewis.
Shower, and they've got no control over
can't
their
hear
kids.
a word.
It's crazy. No, I can hear you, but you're talking over me, and I'm in my own house, and you don't talk over me in my own house. What, are you crazy? In the studio, I'll be like, yes, Gary. But in my own house, you're crazy. I haven't finished, Gary. I haven't finished. No, all right, sorry.
No, all right. Even better. Mandy.
I'll sit.
Yes,
I'll just sit back quietly now, me and Mario.
You and Mario. Mandy, have you put on any weight? Have you got fitter?
I'm not telling you that.
Oh,
I go for walks. What a vile little household Tony lives in.
That was a yes.
What a vile little household. Gross. Am I still talking or is it Jeremy?
No, you're still talking. You have the floor for another minute.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, he lives in a horrible little vile household, clearly, and just spray them all, open all the doors, make them freezing, and they should be respectful and go outside. Eat junk food if you like, but that's disgusting. And
No.
have a shower. Water hasn't stopped. Oh, please, give me strength. The parenting skills tonight are amazing.
All
Anyway.
right.
Here.
Suzie.
Well, I want to say to Tony, does his shit not smell? I mean, seriously, if he's living in a house full of people that smell, he's eating the same food. Is he just because he can't smell himself? He probably smells as well. I mean, who does he think he is? I mean, the fact that he calls his the wife, I mean, that's always a good start. There's a couple of those this time. You know, I just think it's just a joke. But in respect to eating junk food and whatever, I mean, he could go for a walk. They could air and gas themselves, like regas or degas or whatever, out in the park. The reality is also, I mean, for me, we're eating a lot of food, but I'm actually drinking more. So if I'm putting on any weight, it's alcohol that's actually doing it for me.
Cheers.
I actually have to say that I wonder whether Tony should in fact go and buy some food and cook some healthy food rather than expecting the wife to do it for him, and then maybe they won't smell.
Yes, Tony and the rest of us are all very good at going, they should be doing this rather than setting
Exactly.
these.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Jeremy, last word.
Well, the wife and I. No, I don't know about her, but I've definitely put on about 3 kilos, I reckon, just by being less active, not going to the gym, trying to do stuff around the house, but it's not the same. And then I live next to the refrigerator. You know, it's just here. It's easy access. So
Yeah.
I reckon, while maybe people on the panel haven't, I reckon most people who are staying home would have to be putting on weight, because most people would not just have all these great habits and be like finding ways to burn calories. They'd be watching a lot of Netflix, probably.
Yeah.
But the other thing
Probably.
he said, what are people doing to stay sane? And I reckon you got to find projects. Like if you're around the house, work on something, whether it be painting. I repaved the driveway. I built garden beds, you know, in the back. Anything that I can do. I'm trying to do labor, because if I saw that. Trying to do labor as much as possible, because otherwise I'd be 120 kilos by now.
Jeremy, you told me you were busy and you haven't really gone into isolation.
Busy doing things.
Yeah, but I'm not leaving the house, which means I'm not going, I just am prone to I'm less active.
Yeah, I think we all succumb to that sort of thing. If you get a little bit of the pressure taken off, you tend to sit back a little bit, don't you? I work better under pressure. I'm sure most people do.
Yeah, we do.
I think lots of people. Did you see that Howard Storage's one of the in Victoria? They were saying that this one franchisee had his quantity, you know, the amount of people buying has increased by 70% in the last month.
Yeah.
Everyone's
Buying what?
houses. So we've had a lot of inquiries of people who haven't spent any time in their house, and they're going, actually, I need to do something to it.
So the market that we read in the paper is flattening, but the participation rate is increasing. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah. People are starting to think. I mean, but that's what I'm saying. That I think for construction, there's a little bit. I mean, not for building so much, but architects and designers are at the early end of the project. So we're also, you know, okay. Some aren't okay, but I actually think next year is our big problem here.
Travis, where are you, sir? Come on in and tell us what we asked our viewers online.
Alright. We asked, in your say, are the majority of Aussies eating much more and putting on weight during the COVID-19 isolation?
Wait,
And
wait. What do you reckon the answers were, crew?
90%
Absolutely.
yes.
Yeah.
By what percentage?
90.
Yeah, 75 saying yes.
65% said yes.
Mandy?
There's people lying like me. I'll say 55% said yes.
Travis?
all right. Well, this time, and I've got the question right way around this time. Susie is the closest. 83% said yes.
Wow.
7% said
And
no.
what do I get for that?
What would
What's a
you like?
present?
In this age of lockdown, what would you like?
Better
Oh,
donut.
Uber Eats. You can get Uber Eats.
No.
Who's done the Uber Eats thing? In the
Oh,
last
I did it with milk last night. I can't believe I did that.
milk? What, you can get a milk delivery?
You can get milk, chocolate, ice cream. No, but I haven't put on any weight.
I'm doing
You know.
chocolate ice cream. It's terrible.
You can do anything.
Not having them home delivered though. All right, here we go. Last question of the evening. Everyone ready?
this is a lot faster than a normal
I'm
show.
ready.
That's glad
I'm
about
ready.
that.
Mario's ready.
So the wife tells me, here we go again. So the wife.
See what I mean?
Oh,
So Lewis, this is what sort of character writes to these shows. So the wife tells me I'm a wonderful stepdad to her 3 children. We've been married for 15 years and had the kids who are all now in their 20s at home all that time. I'm the one that helped them with their homework. I even nursed them when they were sick. I took them driving lessons. I buy them birthday and Christmas presents. I'm forever handing out the cash. And I cook them dinner on most nights when they're at home. Their own dad is what I'd call an absentee parent. He's in their lives, but it's probably once a month at best. And they see him once a month. And he really has done very little over the years. Despite all of that, I do my best to make sure they think well of him and buy him gifts on birthdays, Christmas, Father's Day. I think I'm a good, loving step-parent. These kids who behave typically of their age group, however, have never in their lives bought me a single present, not one. It was only after my sister asked me what the kids organised for my 50th birthday last month that I realised they did nothing and never had. Have I been a mug all these years? Now that I've realised, how do I change it so that they have to have a thought for me occasionally? Or do you feel that it's just too late when it comes to us? Up the road, actually, Declan of Shenton Park in WA. Mandy, what's going on there?
poor old Declan. Obviously, I don't know if you've heard of the 5 love languages with Gary Chapman, but his is obviously gifts and acts of service. And obviously he hasn't taught that to the kids. So it just means that that's how he receives love. So he receives love by getting gifts and acts of service, and that's how he gives love. So he hasn't taught them. And the silly wife, what's she doing? She should have been so grateful that she had such an awesome guy. So Declan, I think it's a little too late, and I think you, I don't think you should leave her, but I think you should give her a stern talking to, because she should have got the kids to organise something for your 50th, mate.
Yeah.
That's nasty.
You're putting him into the mud category. It's the missus' fault.
Yeah.
But he's done absolutely nothing about it.
It's
Jeremy.
silly.
That's a tough one because obviously, yeah, he's the mug and it's not going to change and it is too late, but I don't know how he changes that because he sounds, I don't know, maybe this is just me being a jerk, but he just sounds weak. Like, I don't know if a guy's language of love is gift giving. He sounds like he's, I don't know. I just can't respect him based on his letter, which is a terrible thing to say because I've never met the guy. But I don't know.
We never do meet the letter writers here.
Yeah, I know, it's yeah. And he's looking for somebody's approval, and I don't know, like if you're doing things for them, looking for their approval so that they reciprocate, is that really why you should be doing it? Like, you just do it for your kids. If they're your kids, you do it for them. Of course, they're going to treat you like shit. They're your kids. It's not on their radar because they're accustomed to having you there. You are, what's the word? It's it's too close. So they never step back to appreciate it. I don't know.
Well, my
That's
take from that is it wouldn't matter whether they were step kids or your own biological kids. What you've taught them is this mode of behaviour, that it's all right to just disregard you and not give you a gift. Louis, come on in, sir.
All right. Well, I think he's righteous, Mitch. I think he's all right. He's a good geezer. He likes looking after people. He's making sure everyone's sorted. Yeah. And he's just has to be thankful in the fact that he's kind enough to do that. If people forget his birthday, like my son did last year, and the ex used to a lot. You know, I think me and Declan have a lot in common. But at the end of the day, as long as he's all right with himself, sorted. Do you know what I mean? But it only took his sister to say, what did the kids do for your 50th for him to realise? So I don't reckon he's got much going on upstairs, and ignorance is bliss. So he could be an ignorant, righteous, weak dickhead from WA.
I'm surprised we have any writers left at all. Every time someone writes,
he's righteous.
It's always their fault.
He's a good guy. He's a good guy. I wish I had Declan living next door. Do you know what I mean? Nah.
Last word, Susie. Come on in.
Well, the last word is, I think I'm the only person who's a step parent and has my children all the time, and my partner is obviously the stepfather. Firstly, it's generally the mother's role or the father's role, whoever it is, to make sure the step parent gets a gift. These kids are older, so that's the first thing. I think that, so that is, it's generally, you go, have you got your stepfather a present for his birthday? And, you know, and kids are in their 20s always forget to get presents anyway. I think it's interesting that he says about himself, I've been a wonderful stepmother, and the wife tells me, you know, that all the time. I think that he's talking about how great he is and whatever, but kids are very responsive, particularly older ones. If they give a shit about you and they care about you, they will actually do something for you. So what he's saying to me is he's helping the talk and thinks he's really cool and doing everything, and how great am I, and they couldn't have relied on without me, and I hand out cash to them. Maybe they have absolutely no respect for him, and maybe he doesn't deserve that respect, because I think when you're in your 20s, kids will actually, they're pretty discerning, and I think, you know, maybe that he doesn't treat their mother well. Maybe he hands out cash. Maybe there's
what? Where'd you get that from?
Well, I'm telling you, as a step parent, I'm reading this.
We saved the worst response till last. We're never going to have any letter writers after this.
I'm saying that maybe he should sit down with his step kids and say, I really love you. It's not about giving all the time. It's about saying, and maybe he's aggressive or whatever, and to actually sit down with his step children and say, I really love you. Can we reset? Is there something I need to hear from you?
Well, she said he's a wonderful dad, and now you're saying that he treats her bad. He's like, darling, you're a wonderful dad.
She's not writing this letter. She's not writing this letter. He is, and the reality is, why isn't she telling them to get a present, or why isn't that being just a normal thing?
God, it's weird. I really hope we don't get a letter from the wife saying, "Did my hubby write to you because he slashed his wrist? So I found something."
No, I said Declan was righteous. Declan, ring me.
Ring me.
Call me.
Where are you, Travis? Travis is there. Travis, what did we ask our Your Say viewers?
All right. We asked, can kids ever love step parents as much as their own parents?
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Susie's sitting there going, go on. All right, Mandy, yes, no?
Yeah, I adore my stepmom. I love her.
Oh.
So absolutely. She's my world. Amazing woman.
Oh, that's so nice.
87% say yes.
87% say yes. All right, Lewis?
Well, if I had a daddy, if I knew who my daddy was, if I had a stepdaddy, I'd love him. I'd say 85%, mate.
Susie, you were sitting there going.
Is the question if they can love them as much?
Can kids ever love a step parent as much as their own parents?
I don't believe they can love their parents. I mean, I'm sure it does happen, but I think in the majority it wouldn't.
Really?
All right, let's find out.
Yeah.
All right.
What did Lewis go to do? Go and check the answers and then come back. Travis.
No. Someone rang my phone. Someone rang my phone and cut out.
Welcome to Zoom. All right, go on, Travis. Tell us.
82% said yes, and 18% said no.
Ooh.
So no.
Yes, they can love them.
Yes,
Yes,
they
they
can
can.
love them. Yes, they can love them. Think about it.
No, love them, but love them more. Was that the question?
Think about it. Depends what
Love
age
them as
the kids
much.
are when the
Yeah.
step
Oh, love them as much.
comes
Well, that's really good to know. Maybe
Yeah,
of course you can.
maybe
Of
mine
course
do
you can.
love me.
They do.
in. How old were yours when they joined the family?
My youngest was about 6 or 7, and my youngest was 5. So we had 6 and 6 years. So from 5 to 12.
No, you got problems there.
No,
No,
it's
it's
easy.
fine now. No, it's good now. It's good. It's good. No, but it's hard. It's
Now they've all
it's
moved
tough.
out. It's terrific. All right. Sensational.
Everyone's at home.
Tell
Oh,
me,
cool.
how does everybody feel about the easing of lockdown?
Oh,
You
they're
feeling
out.
okay?
They're out. I was devastated. Because all of a
Who's out
sudden,
of
they're not
lockdown?
around anymore.
Or what? Your kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've loved having them around. Then they're out with their girlfriends
Oh.
and whatever. It's been really
Alright.
nice.
Mandy, how are you going to feel now that we're easing restrictions?
I like it. I want to be back in my little shoppy shop, and it was good having my kids here on Mother's Day. I loved it. It was really nice.
Oh, magic.
It was lovely. Yeah, I loved it.
How cautious
good.
have you been over the lockdown?
Oh, really cautious. We've got a Crohn's in our family and a few asthmatics, so very cautious.
Ah.
Yeah.
Lewis,
Yeah, very
come on in,
cautious.
sir. Lewis,
Yeah.
how cautious have you
well,
been?
Very well. My little fella's he's got asthma, so no one's coming near him. But then I pulled him out of school a week and a half earlier than the school's
Everybody
shut,
else.
and then they sent him back, and he's like, "I gotta get out of the house. I want to go to school." So he
Oh,
went back to
poor
school.
kid.
Yeah, but he's
All
all right. Everything's kosher.
Jeremy, you're still at home. You're working from home.
I know, but I'm heartbroken because my daughter's 11 and a half and she's been here with us every day for like the last 6 weeks. And today I had to send her back to school and she was like,
I know.
I don't want to go back. And my wife was like, no, we can't send her back yet. I was like, we got to send her back. It's time, you know, but
Oh.
it just killed me because now I hardly saw her today.
I know it's sort of weird.
It's
Yeah.
weird. Well, the whole thing's been weird from day one.
But we're so lucky. We're so lucky to be here.
About living in Perth. 'Cause
Location,
We're
yeah.
living in Australia. I
Absolutely.
mean, imagine. We're so lucky. I feel so lucky.
Very
Yeah,
lucky
I got,
being in one of the most isolated capital cities on the planet. It's been an absolute
Beautiful.
bonus. And what about our weather at the moment as well?
Beautiful.
Glorious.
53 degrees and sorted. Lovely jubbly.
Sorted. We've got to go because our time's up. It's been fantastic having you on Zoom. Thank you, Mandy.
Beautiful.
Thank you. It's
I'm
been
going to see you
great.
during the
See
week,
you
aren't I?
guys.
Thanks.
Yes, you'll
Bye.
see you.
Nice to meet
Tomorrow.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Lewis, thank you.
See you later,
Jeremy,
mate.
thank you.
Bye.
Take care,
Bye.
Travis. I'll see you next
Bye.
week, sir. Good night, everyone.
See you
Bye,
later.
guys.
Keep smiling. Bye for now. See you next week.
Okey
Thank you,
dokey.
folks. Bye now.
It's time for Sweet and Sour. Right here on Sweet and Sour.